What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to go over some news that Playroom just gave to us about the upcoming Summon Rush event. So the Fusion is live and there is a Summon Rush event happening in about 28 hours from now. So obviously this is going to be based on the rarity of shard as opposed to the value of champion that you pull. The rates will be unadjusted, and yeah, so they're going to give us a boost on the following champions here. There's going to be a progressive event, so 15x chance for the following champions. And there are some really spicy champions here up for grabs. It's a 15x, which means for non-voids, it's about 7% chance to pull the progressive champion that you're looking for. And for the voids, it's about 15 over 75, so about 20% chance to pull the selected void legendary. So let's start off with the first champion up for grabs. It's going to be Demon Spawn Prince Kymar. So Prince Kymar, absolutely insane champion, one of my most used champions and probably one of the best champions you could probably pull to enhance your dungeon runs. Obviously with this full team reset, it allows you to wave clear very quickly. He's basically just involved in like all sorts of like speed teams for farming teams. He's also very good for like other areas like Hydra. Also very good for arena as well, just with his AoE sleep and remove all buffs. He's not as used as often in arena nowadays, but he's still an insane powerhouse champion. Definitely worth picking up if you do not have one. After that, we have the undead powerhouse Rotos. Rotos still very relevant in live arena. He is one of the best arena nukers, at least non-void, non-mythical nukers in the game. Still very relevant. It has the block revive here on the A3. A2 brings inevitability, meaning that over time he will win any fight if he absorbs enough HP, and then he can block revive. His super passive allows him really strong survivability. He cannot die in a single hit. Just insane champion. Very low base stats to compensate for all of this. His attack is reasonable. The rest of his stats are not that reasonable. I guess his defense is pretty good for a nuker, but yeah, his HP is very poor and his speed is very poor, but still very relevant as a nuker. If you don't have one, he's going to be a game changer for your damage dealer roster. After him, we have one of the best login champions of all time, probably Sun Wukong here. Sun Wukong was a free login, so if you don't have one, he's definitely worth having one. He's one of the greatest logins of all time. Comes with a really big speed aura here. Has a really cool passive that keeps him alive and gives him turn meter, so he's always a threat after 3 turns when he comes back, especially if you build him as a damage dealer. His A2 hits really hard. You just have to target the weakest champion on the opponent's team, and then the surplus damage will spread through the rest of the team. It's really strong. Or you could build Sun Wukong in a support build and use this as a sheep, so it's like a threat neutralizer. His A3 doesn't hit as hard, but does strip and place block buffs, and his A1 places a stun. Super annoying champion, good base attack, good base speed, very good champion. After that, we have another fusion, or a fusion, from this year actually, Ancora. So White Queen Ancora, the second half of the King Narcissus White Queen Ancora combo. Very good champion in her own right. She has this A1 chance to decrease cooldown. We know how strong decreasing cooldown is. She's like kind of like a lockout counter a little bit, because her A1 is still good and it can bring back your team's cooldowns. She brings a cleanse with a shield, and then she brings a revive. This revive is actually really annoying, especially if you use it on your nuker. Bring them back, give them high turn meter, and it resets the cooldown of all their skills, so they can basically nuke, full nuke you. Her passive, it's kind of a little bit of protection for your nuker so that they can get a turn. Let's say you have somebody that's trying to stun your nuker, she takes a stun instead. And then she brings a versatile 19% speed in all auras. Decent base stats, very quick, good champion overall. But yeah, not somebody that I would be targeting for this progressive, I think. So after that, we have Hefra. So Hefra's probably the weakest of the bunch here in terms of progressives. He has good base attack. He hits pretty hard. And then he has this passive here that can catch people off guard. Basically, if a champion on your team dies, he can basically slam you with his AoE. The slam gives a double hit if the first hit basically chunks off half of your HP. He's not as good anymore because of shield sets. Obviously, Stone Skin will stop him pretty good. But he can still be a serviceable nuker in some instances. He also self buffs as well, so that gives him a little bit of versatility. But I wouldn't necessarily go for him in a progressive event. So on to the Void Legendaries. So the Void Legendaries are both very good. First up, we have Mr. Taras himself. Taras, one of the best damage dealers in the game, mainly because he combines damage plus survivability. Obviously, Mythicals have power crept the game a little bit, and he's not super premium. Like he's still probably the top Void damage dealer, but he's been beaten out by some of the mythical damage dealers probably. But still one of the best insane champions. Of course, anybody would love this guy. He brings the he neutralizes attack-based damage dealers. He brings the fear before the match starts. He brings huge damage reduction across the board. Basically, his kit has so much going on that it shouldn't exist probably. He brings an insane AoE that has an uncapped amount of damage that can go into it. Hits super hard. His A2 also hits super hard. Either brings a stun or double hits if his attack is lower than your enemies. And then his A1 boosts the turn meter of your whole team, also brings decreased attack. And then of course his pairing bonus with Marichka is incredibly insane if you have Marichka as well. One of the best champions in the game, definitely worth going for in this 15x. Lastly, we have Suzan from the Shadowkins. Very cool champion. I did showcase on her long time ago, very early. And I couldn't figure out the best way to use her, but nowadays people use her in like Trunda teams. Obviously very good in live arena, giving your nuker a first go at it. Basically, she has an A2 here where you target an ally, and the ally either gets unsheeped or they get buffed up and then get an extra instant turn. So the way, yeah, it's you just get the turn and then the nuker just slams you, and then yeah, they can get another turn right afterwards. Basically just kill off like half of their team, and then you come back and do it again. She brings increased speed, decreased speed, and then she has A1 block active skills, which is super annoying as well. Big aura here for speed in arena, and then her accuracy is equal. It increases based on the amount of speed they have. So let's say you have 300 speed, Suzan does an extra 300 accuracy. That's really nice, especially when you need higher accuracy to play some of the debuffs in arena, for example. Great base stats, great base speed, great champion overall. Now looking at the list of champions up for grabs in progressive, it really depends on your roster. But I mean, for me, if I were to pick a Void, I would go for Suzan, since I don't have her, and she's also going to pump up Trunda teams. So I do have a Trunda, I can take advantage of that. For the non-Voids, I'd probably go for, I think I have all of them except for Hefra, but I'd probably go for Rotos because I can go for a +2 Rotos, for example. But yeah, like there's some really good choices here. It's a summon rush for a fusion, so most people that are going for the fusion will probably go for the summon rush. So just something to keep in mind, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know what you guys are planning to do with this event, or if you guys are participating at all. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.